A single drop of venom from a saw-scaled viper can stop your blood from clotting in under an hour. Your ancestors had no antivenom, no hospital, no cure, and yet you are here, breathing, reading this, which means every single person in your family line got bitten, got close, or got lucky, and lived long enough to pass you down. You think you're safe from that world, but your body doesn't. Right now, if you saw a curved stick on a hiking trail, you'd freeze before you even knew why. That flinch is older than farming, older than fire. It might be the oldest reflex you own. So here's the question. If ancient humans had no medicine, no doctors, and no idea what venom even was, how did any of them survive a snakebite at all? The answer isn't a plant. It isn't a potion. It's something still running inside your skull as you sit here. Picture her, a woman 40,000 years ago, crouched at the edge of tall, dry grass, reaching for a handful of seeds. She's done this 1,000 times. Her hand moves on autopilot. And coiled 6 inches away, matching the color of the dirt exactly, is a viper that has not moved in 3 hours. Here's what saved her. Not strength, not speed. Her eyes. Long before humans existed, our primate ancestors were locked in a quiet arms race with snakes, one of the only predators that hunted them from the shadows without a single sound. Anthropologist Lynn Isbell at the University of California calls this the snake detection theory. Her idea is bold. She argues that snakes are one of the main reasons primates evolved such sharp, forward-facing, color-sensitive eyes in the first place. Think about what that means. The vision you use to read a screen, to spot a friend in a crowd, to watch a sunset. One leading theory says it was sharpened, in part, to find the snake before the snake found you. And it goes deeper than the eyes. In 2013, neuroscientists Quan Van Lay and Hisao Nishijo found something startling inside the primate brain. Buried in a region called the pulvinar, they recorded single neurons that fired faster and harder at pictures of snakes than at almost anything else. Not hands, not faces, snakes. Your brain may come with cells whose entire job is to scream one word: serpent. So back to our ancestor in the grass. Her eyes catch the pattern a heartbeat before her mind does. Her hand snaps back. The strike misses by an inch. She never even decided to move. Her ancient wiring decided for her, and she walks away not even knowing how close she came. That is the real answer. That is how ancient humans survived snake bites. For the most part, they didn't get bitten in the first place. Their whole body was built to see the threat coming. Now fast forward and let's talk about the ones who weren't quick enough. Because sometimes the fangs landed, and here is the twist almost no one ever hears. Even when a venomous snake bites a human, it very often injects no venom at all. Venom is expensive. A snake makes it slowly, in small amounts, and it needs that venom to catch the food it actually eats. Spending it on a creature far too big to swallow is a terrible trade. So a large share of bites from venomous snakes are what scientists call dry bites, a warning shot with little or no poison delivered. So your ancestor gets fanged on the ankle. There's pain, panic, raw terror, but no venom. She swells, she suffers through the night, and days later, she lives. To everyone watching in her group, it looks like she survived a deadly bite by sheer toughness. The truth is quieter. The snake was bluffing, and she got lucky. For the bites that did deliver a full dose of venom, though, the honest answer is grim. There was no cure. Not really. Ancient people tried everything you can imagine, cutting the wound open, sucking at it, burning it with fire, binding the limb tight above the bite, packing the hole with chewed leaves and mud. A few of those plants may have dulled the pain a little. Most did nothing at all. And several of them, we now know, made the damage far worse than doing nothing. Survival in those cases came down to 3 brutal factors: how much venom actually landed, where on the body it landed, and the raw luck of your own immune system. A bite on the hand was not the same as a bite near a vein. A child's small body had far less chance than a grown adult's. So the group did the one thing that genuinely helped. They kept the bitten person completely still, because moving the limb pumps venom through the body faster. They carried her instead of letting her walk. They gave her water and guarded her while her body fought the poison alone. Their care was not a cure, but sometimes care bought just enough time for a survivable dose to wear off. And the people who lived told the story. And the fear got passed on. Be honest with yourself for a second. A coiled garden hose or a rope lying on the ground has made you jump at least once in your life, hasn't it? That jump is the entire story, because this is where the ancient world and your world slam into each other. For hundreds of thousands of years, that lightning-fast fear was priceless. It kept your bloodline alive when nothing else could. But the modern world quietly broke the deal. Most of you watching this will go your whole life without ever meeting a wild venomous snake. The threat is gone. The alarm is not. And the wiring runs so deep it shows up before we can even speak. Psychologist Vanessa Lobu ran a now famous set of experiments where very young children, some who had never once seen a real snake, were shown grids of pictures on a screen. Again and again, they picked out the snake faster than flowers, faster than frogs, faster than caterpillars. Nobody taught them to do it. The detector came pre-installed at the factory. And if you want to know what else evolution wired into you before you were even born, subscribe to Neanderthink. So this is the mismatch laid bare. You inherited a world-class snake alarm, fine-tuned over 60 million years, and then you moved into a city that has no snakes in it. The system still runs, it just has nothing real left to catch, so it misfires. It fires at hoses, at cracks in the sidewalk, at a belt lying on the floor in a dark room. Your heart rate spikes and your palms go damp over a threat that was never there. And for some people, that misfiring alarm never fully switches off. It hardens into a phobia, a fear so loud it starts interfering with an ordinary life, aimed at a danger that for them, statistically, almost never comes. But here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. For millions of people alive right now, the ancient threat is not gone at all. Snakebite is still one of the deadliest problems on Earth that almost nobody talks about. The World Health Organization estimates that venomous snakes bite well over 2 million people every single year and kill somewhere around 100,000 of them. Hundreds of thousands more lose fingers, hands, whole limbs. And most of these people are poor farmers in rural parts of Africa and Asia, reaching into tall grass for a harvest in almost exactly the same body position as your ancestor 40,000 years ago. The bite itself hasn't changed at all. What changed is who is still standing in the grass. And that is the cruel gap at the heart of this. The one real weapon we finally invented, antivenom, first developed by the scientist Albert Calmette back in the 1890s, is expensive, fragile, and often nowhere near the people who need it most. We solved the puzzle our ancestors never could. We just failed to get the answer into the hands of everyone who's still dying from it. So what do you actually do with all of this? Start by seeing that flinch for what it truly is. The next time you jump at a shape on the ground and feel that flash of embarrassment, stop. That reaction is not weakness. It is not you being jumpy or nervous or childish. It is the single most battle-tested reflex in your entire body. A gift handed down through an unbroken chain of ancestors who all shared one thing in common. Every last one of them saw the snake in time. Because you are not descended from the ones who stayed calm in the grass. You are descended from the ones who flinched. So the next time a curved stick on the trail makes you freeze before you even understand why, don't be embarrassed by it. That flinch kept your whole bloodline alive for 60 million years, and it is still standing guard right now over a threat your mind has forgotten, but your body will never let go of. And if you think that reflex is strange, wait until you find out why your body still floods with panic in the dark, long after the predators that once hunted you there vanished from the earth.